Broadcasting live from Chickie's and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by Team Toyota, BCWSA, Fogo de Show, Penn Community Bank, Chickie's and Pete's, and the Capitol Grill Center City. Now, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and Mickey Morandini. This is the Bull Session, a weekly recap of your 2025 Philadelphia Phillies. Broadcasting live from Chickie's and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by Team Toyota, BCWSA, Fogo de Show, Penn Community Bank, Chickie's and Pete's, and the Capitol Grill Center City. Now, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and Mickey Morandini.
First game, I did.
I tell you what, if the USA, if people were casual soccer fans or not even soccer fans, and you just happen to watch that game, that could convert you into that was an exciting game. You had 4 goals. Game. You had some really good goals, right? Celebrations.
Yeah.
Am I not exciting you on the
No,
World Cup?
I'm a big soccer. I have a daughter that played soccer, college soccer, and got married to a Croatian who's soccer fan. So soccer is in our family, and my wife loves soccer. So, but I've been busy watching baseball, so I haven't watched.
Oh, you had something else to do.
Well, yeah, apparently. And the guys I work with in the booth. Nobody likes soccer.
Is that right?
No.
Like, not only not likes it, they just really don't like it.
Why are we talking about soccer?
I won't watch a game other than U.S.
Right. I lived in Manchester, England for a year, and I went to a lot of Man United games. And so I've kind of, when you go over there, it's a different feel. And I played soccer in high school, but I do enjoy this.
But it's probably a different feel when you're at the
stadium. It's great,
too.
especially
like
international.
Hockey.
Yeah, it's international. You have the drums and you have everyone chanting and the whole deal. And what I love about the World Cup so far is following certain Europeans or others that are coming over to America for the first time. Have you seen these on X or Instagram? These guys going to the Waffle House for the first time, or going to a Buc-ee's, right? Or going to Walmart, or they're getting excited about every little thing, right? Texas barbecue. It's pretty funny. There's a guy, Freddie. You got to start following a guy named Freddie. He's the one who got overly excited on the Waffle House. And I think he's also the guy that got excited about cheerleaders, because they don't really have cheerleaders over in Europe, and we have cheerleaders here. So a lot of stuff going on. We just wrapped up the NBA Finals. I don't know if Villanova won or the Knicks won, but or maybe they both won. Carolina Hurricane just won the Stanley Cup. Rod Brindamore, former Flyer coach. He won it as captain in 2005 with the Hurricane. Now he's winning it as a coach. That's pretty cool. And I know both of you guys are big golfers, because I've golfed. Actually, I don't even know. Have we golfed together, Kev?
Yeah, we golfed at your course.
That's right.
I'm so glad it was memorable.
Well, no, I knew we had. I couldn't remember.
We golfed at your course,
and
then the last 2 holes we had to run because we needed to go inside and do a speaking engagement. Man, that was
sorry, Kevin.
Okay,
that's
my bad. Must have had a bad round.
It must have been a bad round, because I remember the round I just had with Mickey at Oakmont, which of course I'll have to say it again. I birdied the hardest hole after going to the church pews.
All right,
but yeah, so we have the U.S. Open coming up this week.
Okay,
so I'm sure you guys will probably be following that. Although you're going to be busy as well, since you've got.
I'm off this week.
Oh, you are.
This is my big show this week.
Wow.
This is it.
Larry Anderson's taking controls.
Larry's actually doing 6
He's
games in a row.
6 in a row.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's no game Friday night.
Right.
Did you ever remember a game ever? Yeah, there's no game Friday night.
Well,
for the Phillies.
There's a pretty big reason for that.
The FIFA game?
Yes.
Yeah.
The game at the Link on Friday night.
Right.
And so they had to switch. Usually, obviously, you don't have a Thursday start of a series and then Saturday, Sunday. So, but they're doing that with the Mets. So it'll be interesting, because you get the Marlins and then you have the Mets. And we haven't played. We played the Marlins, right? We've already played, but we haven't played the Mets.
Correct.
So it'll be interesting, and hopefully they'll continue to be the Mets when we face them.
Yeah, right.
But let's talk about the week in baseball. You were up in Toronto, right?
Yes.
And then obviously you're just in Milwaukee. We lost 2 of 3. Beat Toronto 2 of 3. And then, man, let's talk about the Milwaukee series because Friday night.
You want to talk about Mizorowski?
Friday night, my God, like we are seeing, like that guy. Do you even know he went to junior college?
Right.
He went to Crowder. He was recruited to go to LSU, and then he basically got drafted. And I think it was a second-round draft pick. He wasn't,
Correct.
Yep. And the guy just shot up through the minors, and boom, we might be looking at, unfortunately, because we'd love to see Sanchez start in Philadelphia, but he might be the starter in the All-Star game here in Philadelphia. No, you don't see him, Mick?
You can't do it. You got to start Sanchez in Philadelphia.
But if
you have to.
But if the numbers speak,
I don't care. You have to start Sanchez here.
Well, I would love it. I think everybody in Philadelphia would love it. But, talk about a dominant game where he did a complete game.
Yeah.
One hit. I think it was 15 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And no walks. And he threw 100. I think he threw the fastest pitcher by a non-reliever.
The most impressive thing was he only threw 95 pitches to do that,
which
is incredible.
Yeah. He's the thing about him is he's a great pitcher. And I'll be honest with you, looking at his fastball from our perch up in the box, it's a different look than any other fastball for us up there. Because you look at it, you're like, okay, that at 103, which is what it's clocked at, 103, 104. To me, it's almost unhittable when he's down in the zone. It's like it's probably the best fastball that I've ever seen, probably the best ever in baseball. The fastball. That is why he throws it 70% of the time. The other pitches are average, but he doesn't get to those very often.
But if you're sitting, you got to sit on that 104 mile per hour fastball.
You have to sit on that.
Yeah.
But the guys, you don't see it very often. Now they've seen it, but you have to cheat, right?
Right.
I don't know how else, and maybe Mick, no one chokes up. I couldn't believe it. They don't choke up. They don't widen out. They don't change a lot of their swings, and therefore they're always late. Now, I think they will have to next time they face him. But he was very impressive. The most impressive thing for me about Mizorowski is that he's thrown at that velocity, and his command of it down in the zone, inside and outside, is really, really good. He's able to hit the catcher spot. Contreras wasn't moving a lot, and that was super impressive.
I mean, that first inning, we'll go with the first batter, Schwarber, 1 at 3.4, threw a four-seamer, threw another four-seamer, 1 at 3.4, threw another four-seamer, 104, threw another four-seamer, 1 at 3.5, 1 at 4.5, 1 at 3.6, 1 at 2.3. So his first 7 pitches were four-seamers, and they know it's coming, right? But they still maybe fouled off. And then he throws a 96.6 mile per hour cutter. Like, that's almost unfair that you've been seeing this, again, 103, 104, and then you're seeing a ball with a different movement. Then he goes back to 2 four-seamers, and then he throws a 90 mile per hour curveball, and then back to the four-seamer, and he's out of the inning with 3 strikeouts and 12 pitches.
Right. But, the guys will adjust. And they weren't able to adjust during the game, but they'll have to next time. When he's on like that, I mean, Schwarber ended up getting the one hit, right? But he was the one guy who was like, all right, it's 104. I'm going to cheat and just get out there. Now, if he throws it down the heart of the plate and misses with his pitch, you have a chance. If he doesn't, you have no chance, and you go back to the dugout. It's kind of back in the day like when Randy Johnson would pitch, and everything was hard.
Right.
And if he was throwing that slider down and in, you weren't going to hit it. You just have to tip your cap, but you have to be ready for certain pitches. That one mistake, and Mizorowski didn't make any.
And he rarely does. And then Sanchez yesterday, he became human.
He made some mistakes.
Right. And from what I understand, I heard some chatter afterwards that their game plan as a hitter from Milwaukee's a very disciplined team. And you just talked about choking up and using all sides of the field. And Milwaukee is very good at that. They don't have tons of power, but they're a scrappy team. They get guys on base. And I think they basically said, we're going to wait out. We know that he keeps the ball low, right? On his changeup or his fastball. And we're just going to wait till we see something come up. And they did. And they pounced on the two of the balls that came up. And I guess it was a good strategy, assuming that Sanchez is going to give you something like that. And he's been very frequent or not infrequent giving those pitches.
Sure. Yeah, I think pitchers like Sanchez, Mizorowski, and even in our day, that the pitchers like Maddox and stuff, those great pitchers like that will only give you maybe one mistake in at bat, and you have to be ready for it.
Right.
Pitchers that are like your 4th or 5th, Painter right now will give you a lot of mistakes in an at bat for you to do that. But for Sanchez with such a great changeup, I think the only plan for a visiting team is to try to get the ball up in the zone, whatever it might be. If it's up, you have a shot, and that's what you're talking about. But in the same point. You take away the one home run that he gave up.
Yep.
It's 1-0.
Right.
He actually gave away 2 because the leadoff hitter as well. But then it's only 1-0. You know, the offense just couldn't help him out. That's the thing about Christopher.
Right.
And I actually got in the car. I was driving home from Indiana in the 4th inning when he gave up the home run.
Yeah.
But I turned it on right before he gave up the home run, and Scott had said something about a play that should have been made earlier. What play?
Trey
was
Turner.
that?
There was the leadoff hitter of that inning. I think it was Contreras, the catcher, and he runs okay. Right hand, they had Trey over in the pull side, and there was a bouncer up the middle, kind of to the left of the mound. So it was, and Trey goes over, and it's a makeable play, but he takes it on the run, kind of going to his left, and keeps running and tries to throw him out. And the throw brings Harp off, and it wasn't a very strong throw. And that's the play, and it really should have been a play in my mind too, as an ex-infielder, that Trey needs to be able to make. Now, the technique, he throws and fields everything on the run. That's how Bobby they've just decided that's how you're going to do it. There are times, and you know too, Mick, from second, that you have to speed up. You have to have that feel of, I got to be quicker here.
Right.
And there are some quicker techniques other than throwing on the run, and that would have been one. And
Would it have been a spin play or just
no,
come
it
around
would
the
have
ball
been.
more?
It would have been a get around the ball, and I call it a 2 hands down low, where you catch it, quick step, and throw, rather than catch it, bring it up, you're running, and then try to throw in the run. It just takes an extra second to do that.
Right.
That's the play where it goes as a base hit, and Scott gets after him on that kind of stuff. It's easy from the booth, and it's much different when we're down there, but that is a play that led to the leadoff guy getting on.
Gotcha.
Well, here's the Phillies record since all the pitchers have been together. So this is post Taijuan Walker. Here's the record, the Phillies record behind each pitcher. So Sanchez, they're 7-2. Wheeler, they're 7-2. Luzardo, they're 7-2. Nola, 7-2. Painter, 1-7. Bullpen, 1-0. So for the most part, with their 4 stud guys, and hopefully Painter's going to figure it out at some point. But again, every one of those guys is 7-2 when they're pitching. The team is 7-2.
So wait, give me that again. The team is 7-2 behind Nola.
So since the rotation together,
a lot of comebacks.
Yeah, I guess that they must have had some. Gave up runs, but they ended up winning.
This is after Wheeler came back.
After Wheeler came back,
okay.
Since everyone's together. So yep. So yeah, it's basically you're taking out Taijuan Walker when he was basically the 5th starter. So they're winning. Now, again, it might not be pretty in some circumstances, but they're winning. And then
you don't have the run support for each starter,
I don't. But yet again, you're facing, going back to Milwaukee, you're facing not only Wiz, but you're also facing Kyle Harrison. Kyle Harrison was 7-1 coming into the game. Left-hander. We have trouble against lefties, although of late we've not doing so well. And it just shows you sometimes when a team makes a big trade, right? If you remember, Rafael Devers got traded himself out of Red Sox, right? So they traded 3-time All-Star Rafael Devers for 4 players. And that was Kyle Harrison was a big part of that. Jordan Hicks, James Tibbs III, and Jose Bella. Well, then the Sox end up dealing Tibbs and Zach Earhart to the Dodgers. They traded Harrison to the Brewers along with Shane Drohan, who's also pitching well, and a couple other. And the big part of that on the other side was Caleb Durbin and Hamilton, right? But Caleb Durbin was the other one coming back. Yeah. But I tell you what, in all those instances, the Red Sox, Tibbs is one of the top prospects for the Dodgers. I think Tibbs has 19. I think he's got here you are. He's hitting 307, 19 home runs in AAA. Jordan Hicks, is serviceable, but Kyle Harrison right now is 8-1, 2.47 ERA. So I guess sometimes it's just hold on to your guys, right?
Well, yeah, but there's so many things that go into that.
Right.
Kyle Harrison now goes to a Brewers team that is a really good offensive team. So I saw him yesterday, a 2-pitch guy. He's good, but I don't know if he's that good.
Right.
But he certainly shut the Phillies down. But the team behind him is really good versus the Red Sox. So you got to take all of that into consideration, right? Nothing against Durbin, who's not having a great year, but Hamilton was with the Brewers. He got traded to the Red Sox, didn't get much of a chance, and now he's getting a chance. Things like that happen. So I get your point, but at the same time, you got to have the rest of
and they were saying too, Harrison didn't have any control when he gets to the Brewers. Someone was explaining tunneling. I guess tunneling is when you have your shoulders squared up to the plate, and he just kind of has that narrow focus, and he's throwing strikes. But before that, he had trouble. Before he got to the Brewers, he was having trouble throwing strikes So I guess maybe they adjusted his mechanics. And
Every single pitching coach, Mick knows this too. Every pitching coach, like if Mick was a pitcher and I'm a pitching coach and I'm like, you know what, I can change Mickey and make him an all-star. Right. Every pitching coach will say the same thing. So they get Harrison over the Brewers, and all they really did to do that is they moved him from one side of the rubber to the first base side because he was missing everything left-handed. He was throwing everything. It was missing away to righties, missing away. By moving him to the other side, he crossfires in. Now he doesn't miss as much. So you can call it tunneling.
Right.
But that's really the adjustment they made, drop the cutter, and then he's been better. But at the same time, he's been getting some run support other than Vegas.
You know, Kevin should be a broadcaster.
He should be.
If he's thinking about like a second career, think of broadcast. He analyzed that pretty.
Yeah,
but keep in mind, I was just there like talking to their coaches and find out, okay, what did you do?
Right.
He does his homework.
He does.
I try.
Yeah.
I try.
Were you good in school?
Oh, man, I'm a baseball announcer, dude.
Well, winners win. Wapner Newman has been winning for families throughout the Philadelphia area and New Jersey since 1978. You need a winner, call Wapner Newman, 215-569-0900, or visit wapnernewman.com. All right, coming up on the show, we got more with Kevin Stocker. Let's talk about your broadcasting career so far, because you've been doing a lot of fourth and fifth innings of play-by-play.
Yeah.
We'll get into what it's like, the difference between really play-by-play and color analyst. You're listening to BCWSA Utility Services Bull Session, presented by Wapner Newman, live from Chickies and Pete's on South Philly.
Hey, BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
Need auto service in a hurry? No one offers more service centers than the Peruzzi Automotive Group. More certified trained technicians to get you in and out. Appointments available within 24 hours. All makes and models. PA state inspections and emissions to major work including collision. All located on Route 1 in Fairless Hills. Visit any Peruzzi dealership for fast service. Peruzzi Buick GMC, Peruzzi Nissan, Mitsubishi, or Mazda, and their collision center.
Penn Community Bank, we're your financial partner for all of life's moments. Our checking accounts are designed with you in mind, providing convenient access and 5-star mobile and online banking services to help you achieve your goals. Right now, you can earn a $350 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offers subject to change. Ask for full details. Member FDIC.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's. Bring your party to Chickie and Pete's. We can handle groups of all sizes at our locations across the Delaware Valley. Big parties, small parties, company parties, family parties, get-togethers with friends. Order off the menu or our special catering options. We can do it all, including coming to your home or office or special Play 2 party packages at our South Philly location. Book your party today. Hurry, the space is limited. Visit ChickieandPete's.com for details. Chickie and Pete's is official caterer of the Philadelphia Eagles Touchdown Club and a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Bull Session. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and Mickey Morandini.
All right, we are back to BCWSA Utility Services Bull Session presented by Wapner Newman. We are live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. I'm John Brazer, joined by my co-host Mickey Morandini and our guest Kevin Stocker. And we talked a little bit about the All-Star game, potentially who could be starting it. But I tell you what, if everyone stays healthy, right, that National League pitching staff, both on starting and on the relieving end, could be pretty crazy. We mentioned Sanchez, you mentioned Wiz, right, in whatever order. Wheeler could be in there. You could have Chris Sale in there. You have Chase Burns that's in there. You got Yamamoto, who almost threw a no-hitter. You got
do any of those names? Do you want to face any of those names?
You got Ohtani. We didn't even mention Ohtani.
No, but I would like to stand in there and compare it to a Pedro, a Schilling, a Randy.
Gosh,
you know what
Pedro.
I mean? I would like to compare it.
Yep,
for sure.
Ohtani, and I'm probably missing others as well. But then you get in the back end of the bullpen, and just two guys alone. Duran, who's given up one blown save, and then you got Mason Miller.
Right.
So you could literally stretch it out. All the guys I just mentioned right there, one inning, and again, there's probably some setup guy I'm not thinking of, or maybe even a starter that I'm not thinking of. But that's a pretty deadly. Like, I can bet on baseball now because I don't work in baseball. I might have to go the under in the All-Star game, right? Or at least the under run scored by the American League,
right?
And they're not going to have Judge in there, so they're going to be a little weakened. They're not going to have Jose Ramirez in there, so this might be the time to. You're not even allowed to comment, probably.
I can comment. I mean, it's going to be a great All-Star game here in Philadelphia. I'm with Mick. I think Sanchez, unless he just blows up over the next few starts, I mean, you pretty much have to start him, and they really should. But yeah, I mean, just and that's what you want in an All-Star game. You want your stars to be out and play. That's the other thing. But there's going to be some other question marks, like in the DH spot. Yordan from the Astros is just killing it.
Right.
So yeah, it's going to be pretty spectacular.
Well, and also the Phillies, I remember the first month into the season, we were all saying, hopefully we're not going to be in a situation like in 1996 where we had one representative, Ricky Bottalico. You thought, but now there's almost a glut. There's like you could have Schwarber, right? You could have Harper, right? You could have Marsh, could make it, right? He's right up there in the batting average.
To be honest with you.
And then Sanchez, Wheeler certainly has a case. And now he missed the first month, but still he's putting up great numbers.
Right.
And then Duran.
Right.
So those all have legitimate cases. Now, could you have 6 guys? Probably not, because every team has to have at least one guy.
Which bothers me.
You think
it bothers me. If you don't have an all-star on your team, then you should not have an all-star representing. I don't know if they do that in other sports. I don't know if everybody has to be represented in basketball and the football.
No, they don't do it. I don't think they do in basketball.
I just don't understand that. You're hurting guys that deserve to go.
Right.
And that bothers me.
Yeah. So again, 6 guys, but I think if one guy might be left off, it might be Wheeler again, only because he missed, pretty good amount in the beginning.
2 years ago, he made it and opted not to go, right? Was
Wheeler?
it 2 years or last year?
Wheeler?
Yeah. I know 1 year he opted not to go.
It might have been a year ago.
He may not even want to go if he makes it. You know what I mean? He might take the rest.
I think he'll go.
Especially if it's home,
this year,
I think
he would go. Yeah.
Now, with so much going on in the city, right? We're already seeing World Cup games last night. You got just in general, the 250th celebration of this country. Baseball, people are forgetting that baseball in about a month, it's going to be center stage Philadelphia. It's going to be, are you guys as an employee, are you getting swamped? Well, you're an employee as well. Are you guys getting hit up by friends and other people?
I've only been asked if I'm going. I have not been asked for tickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which the answer would be no.
Right. Well, you can publicly speak right here. Anybody listening, you're not getting tickets from Mickey
or me.
I don't even know if I could get them, to be honest with you.
Right.
Oh, they're booing us already. Yeah, I will not be in town for the All-Star game.
Oh, so you're not even going to be here?
No, I won't be here for the All-Star
game. Where are you going?
Washington State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
To see my parents, who I love, and I haven't had a chance to see them and visit them. And I wasn't asked to be here for the All-Star game. I wasn't an All-Star like, other people I know. And so the only thing is they did ask at the Alumni Association had asked, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Right.
So
you have 2 free tickets. Who are you going to give them to?
They're gone now. I didn't get them.
You didn't get them?
No, I had to request those like 3 weeks ago, and I just never did.
All right.
Yeah. You could have asked me. You could have said, hey, Mick, you need a couple
Look, I've asked
tickets.
you to play golf. I've asked you. You're working all the time.
You haven't asked me to play golf.
Well, you're always working. When the Phillies are in town. Sorry, we're getting off the rails.
No, it's all right. But I do want to ask that on that same topic. So I started in 1994 when the clubhouse, you guys were in there. Is it natural that a double play combination guys like you gravitate towards each other because you're obviously working closely with that guy, right? Like, were you guys pretty tight? You were a rookie at that point. Mickey had been in the league for a couple of years.
I think you almost have to gravitate, don't you?
Yeah.
There's such important positions.
Yeah.
I think you have to gravitate and get to know each other and
learn their style or learn their
absolutely.
And our styles were very similar. The way that we played hard. We're scrappy guys. Just the way that we approach the game and everything, very similar. And then we're always playing catch. Like, I'm a big believer. I coached for a little bit. He coached at the big league level, but I'm a big believer. Like, I would want my middle infielders playing catch all the time. I want my outfielders playing. I don't want to play catch with, another outfielder.
Right.
It's just a different type of thing,
And so were you guys working mostly with Bo or Vuk? Who was like your back then?
I would say more Larry, but Vuk hit ground balls to us all the time. So it was a mixture, but Larry more than Vuk.
Well, and I remember too, Kevin, that Larry said to you, you already had a veteran team. You had a veteran. The '93 team was a veteran team, and when you came up, he said, "Look, I don't care what you do at offensively. Just field the ball. That's your job. Let everyone else kind of carry the offense."
Right.
And what do you do? I think you had the second highest batting average on the team, right? Or maybe even the highest.
324.
Yeah, 324.
I know Izzy was either right ahead of you or right behind you.
Yeah.
But
So when I got called up, fortunately I was in spring training with all these guys. I got to know Mick then. They got to know me, how I played, that sort of thing. But when I got called up, I made it to the ballpark. He comes in, I'm in my locker, and he shook my hand and said, "Congratulations." And then he literally poking me in the chest. And I'm not exaggerating. Just catch the bleeping ball. Right. And I'm like, okay. And so that took a lot of pressure off. Now, I will say this. This is just my opinion. I don't know if you had found this. I get what he's saying. Just catch the no one cares. But in reality, if I'm hitting 100, I'm not staying. Come on. They said the same thing with Rojas a couple of years ago. We don't care how he hits. Just he was catching it fine, couldn't hit. He was out. So you still have to be a ball player. Like I could hit. I get what he's saying, but I was also I could hit, for crying out loud. So
now, did you get a good feel of the team in that spring when you guys had the brawl against the Cardinals?
I did.
Did you was that kind of the moment where you said, "All right, this is going to be a different year"?
Yeah. Yes. I'm in spring training and the team took off. And I don't remember, one of the coaches grabbed me. I think Mick was out on the field, but I don't even know if you were on that trip. Were you there?
I didn't go on that trip.
Yeah, maybe that's why I was there. To kind of fill in. And someone had kind of put their arm and said, "You don't go anywhere." So I didn't go out. It was everybody else that went out there. But I don't know. I mean, back then the game itself, even in the minor leagues, was, I don't know if the right word is tougher, different. It was just a mentality of more protect your guys, protect yourself, versus now it's, no one really throws in like they used to. It's all showmanship.
Gear.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind some of that.
And how about, did you guys
I don't know if I would wear any. I really don't. Unless I hit a ball off my shin, I would probably wear a shin guard to protect hitting it again. But I wouldn't wear the elbow pad, and I wouldn't wear.
I might wear that, but I hit 8 more than you.
I'm telling you right now, I would not put those mittens on.
What about the C-flap?
Would not put the mittens on.
Oh, the mittens, no. But
I know how to slide. I don't need to put mittens on.
It does give you extended fingers, though.
Well.
Now, everybody now slides head first. Did you always slide head first? No. Like in home, we didn't slide head first.
I would only slide head first, like on a triple, because it looked pretty.
Right.
Hot dog.
Nick, because
I never slid head first, rarely on a stolen base. I would always do the pop-up slide.
Yep.
Wait, you're telling me you cared about aesthetics where you would slide in head first? No, I'm kidding.
Wanted to be like Pete Rose.
Yeah. Now, how about your did you guys interact with your third baseman?
No.
A lot back then.
You talking about Headley?
Yes. Dave Hollins. Because I can see, Kevin, you're like the nice guy from the West Coast. "Hey, Dave, what's up?" He's like, "Rrr."
Well, first of all, I resent you saying, "Hey, Kevin, what's up?" Like, I didn't talk like that.
I was exaggerating, but the dichotomy.
It was more like Mr. Hollins.
Yes. Mr. Hollins. Don't beat me up.
Sure.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. So when I came up the first day in the big leagues, I used an R160. I needed a big bat, and I didn't have any bats with me. So the only person I knew that had some were Dave. So I went over and I said, "Hey, Dave, do you think I could borrow a couple of bats?" And he says, "Here, just take whatever you want." Like, he's like, "Whatever you want." And then I went off. I started hitting really well with this R161. Fast forward, when I'm with the Rays, a couple years later, I got traded. I'm down like 98. I couldn't get any bats for some reason. I needed some bats. He was with the Mariners. I called him.
Really?
And said, "Hey," he goes, "No problem." The next day, he sent me 6 R161s. They said Mariners.
Yeah.
But I had the bat. That's Dave.
And I say that, but Dave Hollins is, back then, at least to me, and I'm sure to you guys too, super intimidating. But he is the biggest teddy bear. Like, he is just the nicest, right? We see him down at fantasy camp all the time, and he'll do anything for you. But again, he was intimidating back then. He was an excellent teammate. Yeah,
he was just so intense.
Yes,
that was the difference. He was so focused and intense. He just kind of stayed away.
Didn't you locker right next to Dave?
I did not.
I thought you were right next to him. And
I wasn't. I was down there was that opening to go back into the weight room.
Gave you a buffer?
I was on the right side.
Oh,
He was
okay.
on the left.
Well, I remember a story that I think it was during the All-Star game. It was before the All-Star game, and Dave was like made the team, and he's super intense, like half an hour before the game. And Barry Bonds went up to Kruk and said, "What's up with Dave? Is he all right?" And Kruk, obviously being the jokester that he is, said, "Oh, he's had a tough go. Just a lot of stuff is." And I'm trying to encourage people to go up and pat him on the back and make him feel better, right? So Barry Bonds went up to him and like pat him on the back, "Hey man," and Dave Hollins gave him like the Mikey. Barry Bonds slinks away. So, all right, time's running out. Game's on the line. Who do you want taking the last shot? You want Wapner Newman, Pennsylvania, New Jersey's premier medical malpractice and injury attorneys since 1978. Call 215-569-0900 or visit WapnerNewman.com. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk about the broadcasting. We talked about your playing right there, but we'll talk about the broadcasting. You're listening to the BCWSA Utility Services Bull Session presented by Wapner Newman.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's. Bring your party to Chickie and Pete's. We can handle groups of all sizes at our locations across the Delaware Valley. Big parties, small parties, company parties, family parties, get-togethers with friends. Order off the menu or our special catering options. We can do it all, including coming to your home or office or special Play 2 party packages at our South Philly location. Book your party today. Hurry, the space is limited. Visit ChickieandPete's.com for details. Chickie and Pete's is official caterer of the Philadelphia Eagles Touchdown Club and a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Need auto service in a hurry? No one offers more service centers than the Peruzzi Automotive Group. More certified trained technicians to get you in and out. Appointments available within 24 hours. All makes and models. PA state inspections and emissions to major work including collision. All located on Route 1 in Fairless Hills. Visit any Peruzzi dealership for fast service. Peruzzi Buick GMC, Peruzzi Nissan, Mitsubishi, or Mazda. And their collision center.
Hey BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League Champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
At Penn Community Bank, we're your financial partner for all of life's moments. Our checking accounts are designed with you in mind, providing convenient access and 5-star mobile and online banking services to help you achieve your goals. Right now, you can earn a $350 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offers subject to change. As for full details, member FDIC.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Bull Session. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and Mickey Morandini.
All right, we are back to the BCWSA Utility Services Bull Session presented by Wapner Newman. We're live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philadelphia. We still don't know what CPV stands for. I haven't looked.
If only we had a small little handheld computer.
Oh, Cape Verde. I would have never got that in a million years. What is it? Cabo Verde. All right. Well, I think it's Cape Verde, but you're just giving.
Where's that at?
Off. I think it's off the
right
west coast of Africa. So, all right, we are here at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. I've got Mickey Morandini, and I got his double play partner, former double play partner, Kevin Stocker. But Kevin, now you've been a broadcaster for the Phils for how many years now?
Full time since 22. 23. Off and on since like 18, but now it's full time. Yeah, since 23.
All right. So what is it like? I mean, you're blessed to be working with one of the best radio guys in the business, Scott Fransky, and then Larry Anderson. Although you don't really
only in the playoffs with
only
Larry.
Playoffs with Larry. So, but mostly with Scott Fransky. What is it like working with Scott?
It's great. It's great. We have such a great time. And Murphy's in there too. Greg Murphy's always with us in the booth. But working with Scott, he's super prepared. He's got stories. He's very knowledgeable, but he also likes to have fun. And one thing I always say about Scott is that he's super witty. And so anytime I can bring something up that makes him kind of look to me, like if he looks to his right and he's like, wait, did you just say, then I know that his mind is working and he loves to, he will gladly get off track.
Yep.
Well,
you have time in baseball to do that.
The other thing is nothing gets by him. He's super accurate, loves to be accurate. So if I say something that's a little off or whatever, he'll laugh at me and make fun of me for sure. But it's always so much fun.
Have you caught him in accuracy? Have you
him?
Yeah. Have you found?
Oh yes. I have.
And have you called him on it?
A couple of times. And his answer is always like, all right. He's one of those. But I'll be honest with you, I try not to, and both of us are the same. Like if it's something that is a complete miss that needs to be said, then we'll bring it up sort of thing. Or I'll tell him in the break and then let him, if he wants to correct it, or him to me. For the most part, you certainly don't want to embarrass your partner.
Right.
I would never want to do something like that.
So talk about the people that listeners don't understand, like a lot of the preparation that goes into it. If you have let's say a 7:00 game, 7 to 5 game, what time are you all getting to the ballpark? And then give me a typical game day of what your roles would be.
Road or home?
We'll do home.
All right. Because let me do the road. I asked the question, but I do all the road games. So on the road, if it's a 7:00 game, we typically like to get to the ballpark or required to get there 3 hours before the game. So it'd be 4:00. Now, that is somewhat dependent sometimes on if there's a bus that we can get on or if Tom McCarthy rents a car. But usually it's about that time. And it's dependent on when the manager wants to talk to the press. Okay, so if infield is at 4:15 for the guys that are going to go out and do ground balls, Don Mattingly likes to do it right after that around 4:30. So I like to try to get there by at least 3:45 so I can see the lineup, what he's put out, and then we can go down and talk to the manager. So, but during the course of the morning, I would, the whole day I get up in the morning. I like to get up, go have coffee, sit, and then I'll read some of the articles from the day before. We get cuts of all of the press so we can read and see how the guys are feeling. Get back to I'll go back to my hotel room and usually spend a couple hours prepping the pitcher and that night's game. Just paperwork, things in my book, and then we go to the field. And then you talk to the guys. You go down on the field. You get a feel. If I can get something from Bryson Stott, a Trey Turner, how you feeling? What's going on? It's like having a little pinch between your cheek and gum that you can just kind of bring out at some point. That's really interesting.
So how many guys would you try to talk to?
It depends. Usually it's just around the batting cage, unless I need something specifically.
Right.
If I need to go talk to Bryce Harper, I'll have to go find him because he's rarely on the field. I would go ask him, and he's always open to that.
Yep.
He's fine. He knows who we are. But usually it's just around the batting cage. I can go out and just chit-chat, and whoever's out there hitting that day or the coach or that sort of thing.
All right. So then when you're done the prep, then obviously
So then you get all done. You go back up to the booth. Again, a 7:00 game. So I'll sit down in the booth, write out the lineups. I have a book. I write the lineups out. Now that I do some play-by-play, I like to put some different notes like batting averages, home runs, that kind of stuff I never really cared about. Yeah. Scott always did that. But now, I want to know and make little notes. Like if I had Mickey, let's say, playing second base, Mick had a 10-game hitting streak, then I could put down 10-game hitting streak, that sort of thing, and maybe have a comment from him. But then on radio, so the game starts at 7, we go on at 7. We're not doing like TV does, a bunch of pre-work and stuff. We don't have to do that. And then I'll usually eat something about 45 minutes before, get something in my belly before we get on the air, because then I usually don't leave my chair.
So that's a full day, right? And then,
it's a real job, John.
No, I know. Believe me, as a play-by-play broadcaster for WBCB down in spring training every year, right, Chris Ermer? And then during the play-by-play, so now you're doing 4th and 5th.
Correct.
Right? What is that? What is the big difference there? You mentioned some of it about the preparation, but what's the big difference of doing that as opposed to color commentator?
Well, doing the color stuff is what I'm known for and what I'm really good at. So, and it's because I played, I can give a different insight of why something happens. Why did Trey not make that play versus he just didn't make it? What are the, that stuff I love. I love the analyst part of it. At the same time, bringing in some fun stories. Doing play-by-play is much more, you got to keep your eyes on it and try to stay on the play. And that's a challenge because I see the game, and I'm sure Mickey's the same way. When he watches and there's a guy on first and the ball goes in the corner, Mick already knows what's happening to the runner on first based on where the ball is. That ball's going in the corner. I got to line up to get him at home. It's instinct. It's habit. So I started doing play-by-play my first couple of games, and the ball would go in the corner, and I'm like, oh, he's going to score. And I'm already seeing it, but I'm not announcing what's happening for the fan.
Right.
Because you're not seeing it. And then you're like, well, what do you mean he's going to score? What's going on? So I've had to learn how to, like, ball goes in the corner, and describe the play. And that's a challenge because I'm, and I'm getting better at it, but it's a challenge.
And you hear Scott really, again, you obviously, the listeners can't see. So you hear him talking about in the very beginning, the color of the jerseys, the wind direction. Now you're talking about, it could be
clouds.
Clouds.
What is Harper wearing that day? I mean, he's really descriptive, and it's great. I take it you really like that stuff. He's very good at describing and painting a picture as the play-by-play. He does a lot of that at the beginning. I don't do a ton of that in the fourth and the fifth because I'm usually, a lot of that's already done. But sometimes if, like yesterday, Contreras got into the box, I'll give you a silly example. He got into the box, and when he's standing in there, the game was moving slow. He stands super tall, like straight up and down, hands. So I described his batting stance. It gives you an idea of what you're looking at, something like that.
All right. How about when you first started doing play-by-play, did you have a contrived home run call?
I did not.
You had to have something in your head because if somebody hits a home run, you got to be prepared.
No, I had nothing. I was like, what?
You wanted to be a blank slate when that happened.
I didn't want to be, but I just didn't really think that far ahead, Nick. So, the first
what do you go with?
Yeah,
I think I went with...
put that baby to bed without a diaper?
I did not.
You didn't do that one?
I did not do that.
I think that would have been a good one, right? Grandma hide the cookie jar. What did you do?
The thing is like, you just don't know when it's going to happen. So it's a good point. I've asked like Rob Brooks a little bit. It's like, maybe I should have a call. And he's like, you know what? The problem with having a call is that you can't be in the moment. For example, Scott Fransky, when he did Bedlam at the Bank, now, maybe that was prepared, maybe it wasn't, but it came to him in the excitement. But I don't really have, the home run calls are a little bit difficult too, because you're up there and you have to be able to describe there's a fly ball to the left. So you got to tell everybody, where's it going? So as soon as it's off the bat, like when I first did it, I was like, oh, this ball's hit well. I didn't tell anybody where it was going. And they're like, what does that mean? So now it's fly ball to left, ball. He's going back to the track, to the wall, and it's gone. That's kind of what I'm doing. The first one I think I did, and it's a home run. One of them with Harp I got to call, and I think I said the ball went out, and I think it just came in. I just said, that a baby Harp, something like that, because it was exciting. But I don't have anything.
Well, now also a lot of these ballparks, because the broadcast booth is prime territory, right? It's
hit.
It's valuable real estate as far as where it is. So you're seeing a lot of the newer ballparks. They're putting you guys way up there, because again, where you used to be in the old ballparks is prime real estate, and the teams don't want to give up the prime real estate, so they put you way up there. Pittsburgh, Nationals, Washington. So does it get tough sometimes when to you it might be a fly ball, but it actually is going out because of the depth?
100%. It's really difficult. Those when you're way up. Even in Milwaukee, the first night, Bowers hit a home run the other way. I think it was the first night, and he hit it was an absolute bullet line drive. And I'm like, this ball's hit the left center. Oh, this ball's gonna bang off the wall, and it went over. And I was so surprised. You could hear it in my voice. That happens.
Can you tell by the sound coming off the bat that it's
really
hit good?
Yeah, in Milwaukee you could. In other places, I can't remember. Maybe Toronto. It sounded loud every time, even when they broke a bat, and so then it was a little bit more difficult. So what I do is, when there's a fly ball hit, I try to fly ball to right, and then sometimes you can peek at the hitter, and sometimes they'll tell you
if he's standing there flipping.
That's right. That's exactly right. Little tricks like that.
Do you have a favorite city to go to as an announcer, different from as a player?
Well, my favorite one right now, the Dodgers is awesome, and Petco Park down in San Diego are both great for both. I hit well in LA, so I liked LA, but you're right down close, kind of like you said, it's an old park, so we're still right on home plate. Same with Petco, it's just beautiful there. So those are my favorites.
And then if you have a day off, right? You have a day off. What city? Well, I know that was my question. You have a day off. What city do you want to go to the most? Because somebody's got a connection to get you on a great golf course. Yeah.
Well, Milwaukee's good. There's a gentleman there that is a huge Phillies fan that has a course. He lets us play. That's cool.
And you had an off day there, didn't you?
We did. Yeah. We actually played this last trip. We played like 3 rounds.
How about Chicago? Can you play?
No. I mean, Sarge, when he was there,
Sarge knows every
single But you could also show up and say, I got a connection, and then be like, oh, did I not tell you it was $200 to play? I'm sorry. That happens.
That happened for me. Rich Doobie asked me to get him on, I think it's Liberty Hill now, the
Union League.
Union League. I got him on, and he was so mad when he got back. He's like, yeah, great. Hey, Boa, you want to play golf? Brazier will hook you up. You got to pay $300. I mean, he killed me, and he killed me for 5 months. Killed me. And someone asked if somebody wants to play Marion, and I could bring somebody. And I felt like I had to bring Rich Doobie because Rich Doobie gave me so much grief. And I barely got him off my back after a free round of Marion.
Oh, my God.
You're right. So
well, I'm sure he said, do I have to pay?
He did. And I told him no, but you can't give me grief anymore. And he still did. All right. Found yourself on the injured list. Get help now. Call Wapner Newman, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey's premier malpractice and injury attorneys at 215-569-0900 or visit WapnerNewman.com. And speaking of Wapner Newman, we are going to have Rob Miller is going to come join us. You see him on TV, the Phillies commercials. Rob's going to come on. He always gives us the Wapner Newman Player of the Week. So, Mick, do you want to take a guess, a wild guess?
I can't hear that. I can't wait to hear this.
Who do you think his Player of the Week is going to be?
I got to think about that.
I'll give
It's going to be Bryson Stott.
Bryson Stott? That changed?
Yeah, Stott's had a good week.
All right. Well, we'll see. All right. You're going to hear Rob Miller from Wapner Newman coming up. You're listening to the BCWSA Utility Services Bull Session presented by Wapner Newman.
Hey, BCWSA customers. Hey, BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League Champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, prove it.
Need auto service in a hurry? No one offers more service centers than the Peruzzi Automotive Group. More certified trained technicians to get you in and out. Appointments available within 24 hours. All makes and models. PA state inspections and emissions to major work including collision. All located on Route 1 in Fairless Hills. Visit any Peruzzi dealership for fast service. Peruzzi Buick GMC, Peruzzi Nissan, Mitsubishi, or Mazda, and their collision center.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's. Bring your party to Chickie and Pete's. We can handle groups of all sizes at our locations across the Delaware Valley. Big parties, small parties, company parties, family parties, get-togethers with friends. Order off the menu or our special catering options. We can do it all, including coming to your home or office or special Play 2 party packages at our South Philly location. Book your party today. Hurry, the space is limited. Visit chickieandpete's.com for details. Chickie and Pete's is official caterer of the Philadelphia Eagles Touchdown Club and a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
At Penn Community Bank, we're your financial partner for all of life's moments. Our checking accounts are designed with you in mind, providing convenient access and 5-star mobile and online banking services to help you achieve your goals. Right now, you can earn a $350 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offers subject to change. Ask for full details. Member FDIC.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Bull Session. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and Mickey Morandini.
All right, we are back to the BCWSA Utility Services Bull Session presented by Wapner Newman. We are live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philadelphia. And for those hanging on the edge, Spain and Cape Verde are tied 0-0. We are in South Philly. I'm John Brazer, joined by Kevin Stocker and Mickey Morandini, and we have a special guest every week. It is Rob Miller from Wapner Newman, and Rob comes to us with the Wapner Newman Player of the Week. These guys guessed Bryson Stott.
I didn't guess.
You didn't?
Stott.
Kevin did. Was Kevin right? Is his broadcasting instincts correct?
Well, I feel good because I wrote it down before I got here. So, you didn't influence me, but you're right. I looked at the box scores. 3-3 road trip. When I saw you last, they were 4 4-2 on the West Coast. Yeah. So, you travel, you go 3-3. That's pretty good. And these tough matchups, I think, both series. So if you look at Bryson's numbers, he had 8 hits, 5 RBIs, 3 runs, lifted his batting average 14 points. I think he had a pretty good week. I think he's the Philly of the week.
Wow, I like it.
Was there a close second?
Games? Not really.
Now, Kevin, you went to all the games, so did that come pretty quick, easily to you? Like just almost on a field type thing?
Yeah. With Bryson?
Yeah.
So, and all these numbers, he's right. Bryson, part of those hits, too, he had three of the games. He had multi-hits with some doubles in there. Viewing the games, those hits, too, were other way. Line drives the other way in Toronto. He had a couple really good ones where he stayed on top. And then he could still pull a couple for some RBIs. So I thought Bryson played really well, and he did it against righties and lefties. He's playing every day now. That's another thing with Don Mattingly. He's really being an ex-player. He's more of everyday player. Marsh is playing against lefties. Stott's playing against lefties. So yeah, I like your pick. Nicely done.
I thought one of the things that when he's going well, we saw this in spring training, we saw at the end of last year, fouling off a lot of pitchers.
Extending the at-bat, yeah. So he's averaging 4.1 pitches per at-bat, right, this year.
Yep.
Typically, he's usually around 5, a little over 5 in his career. And so it tells you that he's been really early in the count. Now, it doesn't mean he's hitting bad. He was real quick to say early in the year he's hitting the ball hard. He's just not getting anything to drop in there, and I get that. But you still got to get hits, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you hit the ball hard every time if you can't get it to drop in there. So, but I think Bryson, to me, I'm a big Bryson Stott fan. Not everybody is. I love his defense up the middle. I like his bat. I like him better when he's not striking out. But I like Bryson. I'm a big fan.
What do you think? Sorry to steal your question, Rob. But Marsh is basically, I think he was a big prospect, right, with the Angels, and we get him over in the trade for Logan O'Hoppe. But he's really has he figured it out, or is it just the balls are dropping? Has he changed the mechanics? What is the secret behind?
You talking about offensively?
Marsh, yes, offensively.
Well, he has made a mechanical adjustment this year. He made one, and that was he was always a guy that had his toe pointed kind of toward the pitcher on setup. He's now closed it, so it's closed off the front side, the front much better, the hip and the shoulder. In saying that, his biggest issue has always been swing and miss, a lot of chase. Now, whenever he hits the ball, when he would hit it, he would get base hits.
Yep.
His batting average and balls in play is one of the best ever of anybody. So this year and when I talked to him about it, he said, you know what? He goes, I'm just trying not to be Superman. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? right. And he said, basically what I do is I can't cover the whole plate. So he's starting to kind of pick a side. So let's say he's going to face, this guy yesterday who's pitching. He would pick a side of the plate. I'm going to cover middle away, and the ball's in. I'm going to take him.
Right.
Because I can't swing everywhere. And by doing that now, he's getting his pitch at least once in at bat, and he's hitting it versus missing it like he did in the past. So that combination is
that
helping.
Sounds very almost too logical, right? I guess in baseball you got a lot of swing.
How did you do it, Mick? When you hit off of a pitcher, did you choose side of plate or did you look pitch? I always looked fastball.
I looked pitch, but I would tend to look location too. Like I'm a low ball hitter.
Yeah.
So early in the count, I'm going to try and stay off of anything above it's up in the zone because I was a low ball hitter,
and a high ball drinker.
Well said.
But there's certain pitchers you cannot literally cover the whole plate.
That's
like
right.
a Greg Maddux, you just can't do it.
Right.
So you really have to take inside or outside.
He's only saying that because he.
Well, I did. I was successful.
Greg Maddux very well.
Because I did that, but
I wish you would have shared that information.
If somebody like Mizorowski. I don't know if I could look inside because I really don't think I could get the barrel to the ball at 104. So I would look away, something down and away with him. But it depends on the pitcher. But I would always sit fastball up until 2 strikes and then adjust.
Yeah.
So do the guys, when you're facing a guy like Miz, so do you start your swing and stop when you don't like it? Or do you wait and see it and then decide to go? I
don't think you wait and see it.
I think you're always in I'm going to swing mode.
Yeah. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it. And then last minute, you try to stop.
But you have to look. With a guy throws that hard, you literally have to look in one location.
Yep.
And if it's not there.
So who was the hardest throwers that you guys faced? I mean, I'm sure, obviously.
Rob Dibble was one of them, but he didn't know where it was
Randy
going,
Johnson's got to be coming
scary.
pretty.
As a starter, Johnson was one of the hardest.
Randy Johnson.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, we faced Mark Wohlers threw 100 at the time. Wagner was throwing hard.
Was Nen out there too?
Who?
Rob Nen?
Yeah. I faced. He was more of a cutter guy.
Yeah, he wasn't throwing. The other thing about this whole thing is we're finding out more and more, and this is a great example, like with Painter. Painter's 6'7", and Mizorowski's 6'7". They both throw 98. Well, one throws 100, right? But one of the differences is, and a lot of this comes from Don Mattingly, is the way Painter throws, and this is something they're trying to address, he shows you the ball really early, whereas Mizorowski hides the ball until late and then releases it. There's something in the delivery. With Painter, you get a good look at it out of
tracking it.
Yeah, so you get an early look at it as a hitter. So that's why some guys who throw 90, like this guy yesterday throwing 93, 94, it's getting by guys because he hides it,
right?
And then boom, ball gets on you. There's something to that.
It seems lefties. Why is it? It seems lefties hide it better than righties, right? Like Randy Wolf was very good as far as not showing the ball, right? And then it just felt like it exploded out. Or Billy Wagner, it's just kind of same thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Part of it probably maybe you don't see as many lefties usually.
Could be.
That's
true.
There's a lot more righties in the league than lefties for sure.
Yeah.
Dylan Cease with the Blue Jays struck out a ton of guys the other day.
Right.
And he's a short armor, but man, you can't see the ball till last minute. It's remarkable. But
Rob, you got another broadcaster or player question for Kevin?
I actually want to know how Kevin came back to Philadelphia. You played in multiple cities. What was your connection back to the city?
Well, I always come back every year for alumni weekend. That was one thing that we started doing, which is a wonderful thing that the Phillies do. So they bring people back. It's not always like that with other teams. I mean, the Devil Rays, I don't even know if they have an alumni association, honestly. But Philly was my first team, and we won here. I have a lot of friends. Mickey's here and people are here. So that was one. But the other thing is I was broadcasting college baseball for almost 20 years. So I've been doing it. So they had me come in 2013. They called me and said, hey, come do 3 games. I'm like, okay. So that was easy. I came back in 18 and so forth. So they kind of had a beat on me broadcasting. And so coming back here was just a natural progression. And once my kids all left the house, the darn kids, they get up, they left. My wife was like, can we leave now out in the Pacific Northwest? And it was right when they asked me to do this. I'm like, sure.
Where's she from?
She's from Chicago, but moved all over the United States when she was young.
And they had a smoothie business, Rob.
Is that right?
They did. Stalkers had a smoothie business, right?
We had it was a smoothie well. It just took all of our money. It just all of it. I did that for 2 years, and I was done with employees. I'm like, enough of that.
This is how close Kevin and I are. So we're doing the double. I don't know. Last year we're doing the double letter for a baseball player, Darren Dalton, Trey Turner.
Yeah. He couldn't come up with you?
He did not come up with me. I'm his double play partner. I see him almost every day. You know who he threw out there? Mickey Moniak. That's who he threw out there. I texted him right away, and he goes, oh, yeah.
I did. Oh, my gosh. That was so funny. I finally go, hey, Scott, I forgot one of my best friends, Mickey Morandini, and he just laughed forever on that one. I take him for granted.
Did you hear Crucky on TV the other day?
No.
You're talking about the 93 team and all the left-handers on the team. He goes, Hollins, Dalton, Kruk, Dykstra, Stalker, whoever else.
Milt was really left-handed.
He said Milt.
But he threw right-handed.
He didn't say me.
Then,
texted him right away with a few expletives in there.
You need a hug.
I do.
All right.
What did he say? Did he get it on there?
He finally did. He goes, Mickey just texted me. I guess he hit left-handed too.
That is great. All right. In the city of champions, you deserve champion legal representation. Wapner Newman is Pennsylvania and New Jersey's premier medical malpractice and injury attorneys. Call 215-569-0900 or visit wapnernewman.com. And that wraps up today's BCWSA Utility Services Bull Session presented by Wapner Newman. I'd like to thank my co-host, Mickey Morandini, our special guest, Kevin Stocker, our other guest, Rob Miller, our on-site engineer, Chris Ermer, Joe Wechter, BCWSA Utility Services, as well as all the different people that have come here and given the signed autographs from these guys and the Dunkin' Donut cards. Thank you very much. And thank you for listening. We're going to be back next Monday at Chicks and Pete's in Marlton at 5:30. Are you back next week? Is that Tommy?
That's Tommy.
Tommy Green. We're going to be joined by Milt Thompson. So we can find out about it as a lefty and a righty.
Yeah.
Until then, have a great week. And as the late, great Harry the K says,
Outta here.